Hey All Stars, how's it going? It's good to see you. I hope you had an amazing spring break and you were able to enjoy and relax and get outside in the beautiful, amazing weather that we had. I know that we spent a lot of time outside, and my kids, they even spent the night one night out on the trampoline when it got down into the 30s. And I didn't think they were going to make it through the night, but they did. So I was super proud of them. But anyway, we are back at school, we're back at e-learning, and I wanted to talk to you all today about things that are in our control and things that are not in our control, because there is a difference. Like right now, I think our neighbors are having a tree cut down, and so there's a lot of background noise, so I hope that you can hear me okay. But I don't have any control over that, but I do have control over, I was gonna wait, and then I was like, no, I'm just gonna go ahead and make this little video for you. That was in my control. So anyway, I made this little visual for us. If you can see it, I just traced my hand here. It says, what can I control? So inside of the hand, we're gonna put some things that are in our control, and outside of it, we're going to put things that are outside of our control, all right? Because there is a difference. So I made 8 different examples, and we're gonna go through them, and we'll talk about if they're in our control or not. So let's start with the first one here. The first one I have is doing my work. Okay, now this is assuming that technology is working and you can log on and get your work. Okay, assuming that you can. Is this in your control? Yes, of course it is. You can do your work. You can choose to do your work. You can also choose not to do your work, right? And there's consequences to both. As you all, or at least your parents, I'm sure they have read the grading policy for this 9 weeks. So a big part of it is just participation and participating, being a part of it. So do your work, okay? It's a great way to get a good grade. All right, another one I have is other people's actions. What do you think? Other people's actions, that in our control, or is it out of our control? Right, you're right, it's not our control. I have no control over what other people do. I only have control over what I choose to do. In some ways that's comforting, some ways it's not so comforting. But at least we do have control over what we do, okay? That is in our control. But what other people do, we don't have control over that, all right? What about this one? See it? Finding, I don't have control over this wind here. Finding fun at home. Is that in your control, or is that out of your control? That's right. Finding fun at home is in our control. Okay? It doesn't even have to be anything elaborate or fancy, but just something simple like paper and crayons, or an old board game that we haven't played in a while, or a deck of cards. Okay? There's all kinds of things I bet you can find around your house where you can make fun. Sidewalk chalk. Right? Go outside. The weather is, seriously, it's been such a really gift to us, this weather that we've had during our stay at home. But go and color outside on the driveway or the sidewalk, or this, you know, make a hopscotch. Hopscotch was the word I was looking for that last video. I couldn't remember it. But anyway, all right. How about this one? Gosh, this is a really great one to think about. My attitude. It's huge, right? Is your attitude in your control or out of your control? I know on some days we might feel like it's out of control because we might just wake up on the wrong side of the bed. That happens sometimes, doesn't it? It does to me. If I don't sleep well, or if I'm feeling hungry, if I just don't feel well, you know, like that certainly will affect my attitude. But the truth of the matter is, I do have control over my attitude. I can recognize that maybe I'm struggling a little bit, but I can adjust my attitude. That's totally in my control. How about this one, school being closed? Right, you guys know that. That is not in our control at all. That has been decided by the higher powers, right? The governor, the president, all that, right? Okay, so we are currently out of school. We have no control over that. What about how long this is going to last? We have no idea, okay? So that one is clearly out of our control. We don't know. We can try to guess, and I know people do, but the truth of the matter is we really don't know. We don't know how long that's going to last. But what do we do have control over? Our attitude, how we're going to respond to it, okay? How we're going to respond to either continuing to stay home or being able to start integrating back into the community and being with people again. Let's see. How about this one? Following the rules. Is that in our control or out of our control? That's right. Following the rules is in our control. We get to choose whether we're going to do that or not. And of course, there's consequences that go with either. If we follow the rules, there's positive consequences that come to that. It helps to keep us safe. It helps for people to have positive feelings about us. But we also have control over if we choose not to follow the rules, and there's consequences to that as well. And the last one I have, we'll wrap up, is trying my best. Is that in our control or out of our control? Yeah, you're right. Trying my best is in my control. Okay? We also can choose to give up, or we can choose to try our best. Right? But it is in our control. No one else can control that for us except for ourselves. So let's take a look and review. Things that are outside of our control are other people's actions, school being closed, how long this is going to last. But look, we have more things that are in our control. Our attitude, doing our work, finding fun at home, following the rules, and trying our best. Okay? So keep that in mind when you're feeling like you don't have control over a lot of things. The truth is you actually do. There are things you are in control over. The things that you're not, recognize that, let it go. Don't let that worry you or stress you out. But focus on the things that you are in control over. All right? Okay, I'll stop. You guys have a great day. Goodbye.